lot of people using my face, and they're selling stuff that's fake. It's not me. I don't make slippers, and I don't make all the junk that they're selling.
Like I said, it is actually a big problem. So big to the point that even some of the people that are being taken, like their content being taken to use to promote this, are becoming aware of it because some of their fans have been scammed by it and are alerting them that, like, hey, this is going on. Also, there's other fans that are confused, like, hey, I bought these, handmade cat slipper from you. It's trash. Why are you selling trash? And it's like, no, that's not me. I didn't do that kind of thing. So someone like George the Master Taylor here is coming out to set the record straight, like, no, there's a bunch of accounts using my face to promote their products. It's not me. So just warning people. It is a big issue that is only being more prevalent because it's working.
I'm not a person. I'm not selling anything.
Here's a list of the fake profiles that we're aware of at this point. Please, if you see them, report them. And if you find any more, please send them to us and also report them.
And I think a lot of these channels may be run by the same group of scammers, because on the Fuzzy Paw Slides channel, not only did I find stolen footage from George, but even Ted Dog 13 popped up on the channel as well. Another channel even stole Ted Dog 13's voice and used it over the video of a different man to sell their drop-shipped cow slippers.
This video has some audio that may or may not be DMCA, I'm not sure, but it's the same thing. It's just like some sad-ish music playing and then this sob story. Stay 9 seconds to help save my cow shelter from shutting down by buying my cow slippers. It actually really could all just be the same group of scammers doing this, and then I believe probably some copycats. Because, I mean, this shit is one-to-one. They couldn't even be bothered to change the narrative beyond going from cat to cow. It's the same homework. There's no change, really. So it does lend credibility to the idea that it is one group of scammers that is just dropshipping all of this shit and using this as their main marketing across numerous different social media handles from TikTok and YouTube Shorts. It's very likely. But I do think that there is definitely others outside of that group doing the same thing, just emulating their procedure, like their process, because it's working. Anyway, I'll stop yapping about it, but I do recommend you check out the rest of Scott Schaefer's video on this subject, because he does go into others as well. It's very interesting. If you are someone that has seen these pop up, and maybe, God forbid, someone that actually bought some of this, my heart breaks for you, but you gotta be aware of this scam here. So putting it on your radar here, watch out. Don't buy into just some random fucking sob story aiming to sell you some slippers or whatever other garbage. That's really about it. See ya. I'm sure all of you have noticed, but over the last year,
hey, move up. Hands up, everybody. Hands up.
Hey, that's the primary on
Yep.
there. Primary right there.
All right, black shirt. Start walking this way.
These officers have just discovered a horrifying crime scene at an apartment complex. Lying in front of them is a man brutally beaten, stabbed, and discarded next to a dumpster.
Full of blood running out is massive, and that's why I was associated. Yeah.
With no idea who the victim is, and with time running out, detectives find themselves entangled in a web of multiple suspects, all tied to a nearby apartment. As the investigation began, detectives would uncover a vile teenage killer who documented the entire savage murder on Snapchat, sending the gruesome video directly to his friends while they were partying just feet away.
I've seen videos and pictures, and that's when his smile completely shut off. So I think he realized, like, he really just took some revenge.
There was, like, blood all over the ground by the dumpster, and that his head looked like a smashed watermelon.
Your entire neighborhood hates you. Get your life together.
The door is open.
Police department! Anybody inside of apartment 206?
It was around 7 a.m. when police received a frantic 911 call from a man who'd claimed he'd made a horrifying discovery next to a dumpster in the grounds of the Morning Tree Park complex. Officers arrived moments later unaware they're about to uncover one of the most violent homicides the Lakewood Police Department have investigated in years.
So who was the one that saw it? Who called?
Me.
So what happened? What did you see? Like, how did this all...
Okay, me and her, we kind of like dumpster digging, right? And, you know, trying to get,
Not even worried about it.
Okay, so she went that way towards town, and I came walking up towards the garbage dumpster.
That's my car.
Yeah. So I came walking this way, going to the park, towards Silicon Park, and I see this red stuff, you know, leaking out of the dumpster. So I said, that doesn't look right.
Okay.
So I thought it was paint or something, and so I went in there and I seen his body in there.
This is Theodore Dew, and behind him is Megan Baxter. They can often be found dumpster diving together in the local area. But this time, instead of finding riches, they found a trail of blood that leads straight to a dead body.
So they've asked that we go talk to the people over here. So
He's the one that tied me down. He's asking if I can go get his backpack. So there's a backpack over here. I don't know.
As first responders arrive, they instantly find an elderly man lying in a pool of blood, suffering from severe trauma to the head and face, and multiple stab wounds to his neck. The injuries are so severe, the victim is barely recognizable, leaving police with no immediate clue as to who he is or what had happened. Thankfully, a man steps forward to hand detectives their very first lead.
How's it going, officer?
Good. So...
I see his blood.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out if you might... It sounds like that he's one of your residents.
I can look.
This is Pat. He's the Morning Tree apartment complex manager, and if the victim does live here, then officers are hoping that Pat can help to quickly identify him.
So we recognize this guy? Obviously, it's not the best picture, but...
No. I don't recognize him either.
Seem to think that he lived over in one of those apartments. Is it possible? Hey, Megan, can I borrow you for a sec? Would one of you be willing, or both? Can we transport her over and have her point out the apartment number, then see if you guys can...
Yes.
Are you able to go with him?
You know what apartment number that he goes? What apartment he goes to?
He goes to or him. It's a very.
If I take you in my car, can you show me which apartment?
So we can ID this person? Okay, thank you, Megan.
They drive Pat's golf cart to the suspected victim's apartment, but their knocks go unanswered. So Pat calls the Morning Tree head office, hoping they can help police with their inquiries.
I don't know what his last name is. He's been with a resident here for a long time. He's not like, I don't think he's a drug user. He's mentally handicapped. Just so you know. If it's him, yeah. He'd probably be about 63, 65, somewhere in there. He's partially African American, but he's really light skinned.
Skinny, tall.
Yes.
Skinny.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he'll have some kind of ID. You don't think so?
Absolutely not.
Never?
No.
Okay.
No. He don't even trust like anybody with like Social Security cards or anything. He won't sign a lease. So, I mean, it's really weird. He hasn't had an ID or anything for, I can guarantee you, for decades.
He doesn't like the government?
No. He thinks everybody's trying to steal his Social Security money, and I mean, he's a really nice guy, actually, though. I mean, I had a relationship with him, you know, like friend-wise.
You need? Just so you don't get some...
Yeah, I don't... Yeah, that could be Leonard.
Pat believes the victim may be 64-year-old Leonard Williams, as he fits the description perfectly. Leonard has been living in one of the Morning Tree apartments for over a decade, after years of being homeless. And despite his paranoia over possessing any kind of identification, he's generally well-liked by those who knew him. While officers continue running the database for potential matches, a second unit is dispatched to check out the supposed victim's apartment.
This one here, I'll just lock it for you.
You want to, we'll just announce for Leonard?
Yep. I can yell for him.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, Leonard, it's Pat.
Lakewood Police, we're just gonna come and make sure you're okay. If you're in here, let us know. Hey, Leonard, Lakewood Police, just want to make sure you're okay.
While the apartment turns up empty, photographs found inside provide a definitive match, leaving officers certain that the victim is indeed Leonard. But the investigation is far from over. Officers still have to understand if someone who knew Leonard is responsible for his death, or whether this is a random attack.
It just seems weird that this guy would go all the way to this garbage can.
Well, the thing is that everything seemed to happen there. So was he meeting with our guy that's our witness?
Yeah.
Were they talking? Did they get into a fight and he basically beat him to death? Is this possible?
With no apparent motive and no suspects, officers had no clue where to start looking. That's until the officer remembers another 911 call to the Morning Tree Apartments last night, this time involving a noise complaint, so the officer checks to see if the two incidents might be connected. The other 911 call involved the tenant of apartment J54, Brittany Blake, who was already known to police for holding wild, loud parties. Officers had visited her apartment at around 1:45 a.m., only hours before the victim was found dead. It just so happens the body was found by the dumpster at the bottom of the stairwell that leads directly to that very apartment. And although officers don't know it yet, reviewing the body cam footage of last night will bring them one step closer to the killer.
Yeah, it's that one.
Hey, Brittany, what is the deal? Oh my gosh, why do we get 90 calls for your apartment for having parties and shouting and screaming and fighting? Fix your life. We're here all the time. Your entire neighborhood hates you. Get your life together. If you want to have a party, have a party. But noise ordinance ends at 10. Stop. It is literally ridiculous. Do something with your life. This is getting out of control.
What makes this footage so interesting is that these officers left Brittany's apartment at around 2 a.m. and walked right past the dumpster where Leonard's body would later be found at 7 a.m., which means the murder happened sometime during that period. With this new information in mind, police have got to consider that Brittany might be able to help them with their inquiries. But finding those answers isn't going to be easy, because not long after this visit she left her apartment and completely dropped off the radar. Police are treating her vanishing act as highly suspicious, especially as officers have since gathered surveillance footage from Brittany's neighbor that proves she was in the parking lot on the night of the murder. Ultimately, it would take 3 entire days, but investigators finally come closer to the truth.
Brittany! I should have brought the...
Get the manager.
Oh, here we go. Hey, Brittany, take it, please. Is anybody else inside here with you?
Yes.
Hey, come on, let's scoot over here for a second, okay? Who's all in here with you?
Just me and 2 people.
Where are they at?
Oh, really?
What are their names?
Jaden.
Jaden and who?
Jaden and Ty.
Jaden and Ty, come on out. Ty, come on out, let me please. Have a seat. Over there. Have a seat over there. It's not really.
Sit down.
Sit down. Ty.
You say what sit down means? Okay.
Where's he at?
He was to the corner store.
What's that?
He went to the corner store.
He went to the corner store?
Officers enter the apartment to find Jaden and another friend Alina inside. At first, police think Alina is Brittany, but it turns out Brittany has left her friends to deal with the police. It seems like there's another teen named Ty present, who they claim just stepped out to the local corner store. Police don't know it yet, but they've been lied to, and they've somehow overlooked him, as he's hiding from police somewhere inside this apartment. For now, though, police would start interviewing the teens, unaware that one of those teens is about to drop a confession that will ultimately trigger a full-scale SWAT manhunt for Leonard's killer.
So, we want to talk to you about what happened the other night, okay? We know you're
Nevada?
No, right here. You were here on video.
I was?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't even know.
You guys didn't realize there's a video right outside the neighbor's door?
No, I know there's cameras in your stores,
Yeah.
but I'm always in and out quickly, so
Yeah.
it's nothing concerning to me.
So, did you know what happened here the other night? Yeah, what happened? Tell me a little bit about it.
Chubb's had a little incident.
Okay, you got
Chubb's had a little incident.
Yeah, well, what was Chubb's incident?
Try the garbage can.
Yeah.
Last night.
Monday morning and
That was Monday. Oh god.
yeah.
I don't even know. I was drinking, but I just remember I was standing in Britt's room by the dresser and by the bed.
Yeah.
I was sitting in Britt's room by the dresser and by the bed. And I'm facing this way for some reason.
Yeah.
And I'm facing the door. But I don't even know what I was doing.
Okay.
The next thing you know, Chubbs flies open the door. And he looks at me, and he's got this smile on his face. And he looks at me, but he sounds so scared. And I go, what? Like, I already knew something happened. I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
I was the very first person he told because he didn't know what to do.
Okay.
And I'm like,
What did he tell you?
he's like, I'm so sorry, but I did something really bad and I made a big mistake and I really didn't need to do it. And I go, what'd you do? And that's when his smile completely shut off. That's when I think he realized, like, he really just took somebody's life. And he's like, I got somebody outside. And my mouth just drops. At first, like, I was like, no, he's playing with me. There's gotta be a joke. Because when you meet him and you know who he is, he's a big ass city boy, he's a big ass, he's a big sweetheart. So it's like,
Did he tell you how he killed him? How did he?
he beat the fuck out of him and then stabbed him in the throat.
So.
But I haven't seen any pictures.
Did he?
This last video I've seen.
The video was posted by 17-year-old Brody Chubbs Brownell on Snapchat. Although she describes Brody as a teddy bear, he's well known for having a short temper and a violent streak that appears after he's been drinking.
I got video.
You can say I was a witness, and I understand, but when I heard what he did, I did not walk down the stairs for a reason.
What did you hear that he did?
I heard that he beat up this dude for really no reason. He said that the homeless guy stepped to him, or the homeless guy asked for a cigarette, and
how well do you know him?
Chubbs.
Yeah.
I've known him for like a month.
A month. Okay, and that's just what we want to talk about. Okay, and that's why we're here. You're not, like I said, you're not in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But we did see you on the camera, so we know you're here that night, and we just want to talk to you about that. Okay. So when he shows you the video, what is it? What's going on in the video?
This guy is laying down on the side of his face, like against this way.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is just, all you see is him. Chubbs is like down on the ground recording him, and then Chubbs just starts kicking him like it's a joke. And I had he started showing me that he didn't show me him running in because he knew I would have straight bucked that phone in half.
Okay.
He knows I don't really fuck with violence like that.
Okay.
He knows it's too last thing on the way.
So
He went around showing everyone in the house.
So when he, and by the way, I got my body cam on. It's running. So when he shows you, or tells you that he killed somebody, did he beat him up at that time, or did he stab him at that time?
I think he had just beat him up.
So then, do you know what prompted him to go stab him?
That the guy wasn't dead yet. And Chubbs realized that he put that guy in hell of pain and he didn't need to. And I think that's why Chubbs stabbed him, is because this guy is laying here and already going to die. Like, this guy is lifeless, his fingers are broken, I heard his knees, everything was terrible. But I didn't even hear that from Chubbs. Chubbs just told me that it was pretty bad. And if this guy's already choking on his tongue, this guy's not gonna make it. So I think once he realized that this guy's already dying, I think that's probably why he was just I'm gonna.
So you think he was just trying to be merciful at that point?
Yeah, he was just gonna be you just because this man looked at you wrong, seriously.
That's the only reason why?
That's what he told me. And I go, why did you do it? He goes, this looked at me wrong, word for word. I was like, are you serious?
According to the teens, Brody recorded the entire murder on his phone and then proudly showed it to everyone at the party. But if Brody is responsible, then one question remains. Why is Ty hiding from police inside Brittany's apartment? When neighbors spotted him walking outside the Morning Tree complex, they immediately notified the police. Now identified as Trey Crystal, He is brought in for a formal interview as detectives try to nail down his exact role in the brutal murder, and if he knew where Brody was hiding.
But, yeah, he ended up really drunk, and then he was, like, trying to fight everyone at the party, but no one would fight him, because either they would win and then he was, like, backing down, or stuff like that.
Okay.
So he couldn't fight anyone there, or didn't want to fight the people he could, and so he went outside all mad, stepped outside. And then, like, there was this homeless dude, or whoever it was walking by, and then he was like, oh, keep stepping, keep walking. And then the homeless dude was like, all right. And he was, like, just walking away. And Chubbs just started getting mad, and then just, like, ran up on him and punched him. And then he just started stomping on him. And then after a minute or two, he went up inside, and then he, like, grabbed the knife, and everyone was trying to stop him, but, like, he was kind of scary with the knife because he was really drunk. So everyone kind of got out of his way. He went back out, and then I grabbed me and everyone I was with, and then we just left.
Did you see him stab him?
I didn't see him stab him.
Okay. Was the one punch drop him, or?
Yeah, he passed out.
Okay. So there's talk of that on the video that he was snoring. Did you hear any of that?
Yeah, he was snoring.
Okay. And so how many times do you think he hit him?
When he was on the ground?
Yeah.
I don't know, a lot.
A lot, like, would 10 be a lot, or is 20
like 15 probably.
Okay, and then where was he punching him?
In the face.
Okay, and then you said he stomped him too, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Where was he stomping on?
In his face.
Okay. Where did he get the knife?
The kitchen, in the house.
Okay. All right. But you didn't see the stabbing?
I didn't see the stabbing.
Okay. And then who did you leave the apartment with?
Mateus, Miguel.
Officers have no way of proving Ty's innocence or involvement in the murder, and the only person who can give them answers is Brody himself, making his capture more critical than ever. To figure out where he might be laying low, officers turn their attention to Brody's inner circle, his two best friends, Miguel and Dakota.
And after I see him walking up, by the time he got close, I had already started running outside.
Yeah.
And I run, I get down the stairs, and then that's when he started getting him. He hit him a couple of times and then stomped him a couple of times, and by that point, like, it was too much. Like, it was just a lot. I grabbed him by his chest and everything. I tried to pull him. He went through his, like, bag and stuff, and, like, went through some of his stuff, and he was just doing way too much. And after that, one of my friends came out, and he saw everything that was going on, and he was just like, it's time to go. Like, we don't need to be around this no longer. And we leave, and I get a call later on in the morning by Brittany, because she was letting me know the whole situation. And from that point on, I guess Chubbs ended up, I believe he stabbed him or something like that.
So you weren't there for the stabbing?
No, I left way before any of that happened.
They told me he did coke and he beat the crap out of this guy and stabbed him in the neck, and then there was, like, blood all over the ground by the dumpster, and that his head looked like a smashed watermelon. And then he told me that he tried to put him in the trash can himself, but he couldn't do it, so that's why he stabbed him in the neck. And, like, I was in contact with his mom too and stuff when it first happened, like, keeping her updated, and, like, I would write him. I have letters too from him that he wrote me.
Okay, well, do the letters talk about?
It doesn't talk about, he just says that he wishes he didn't do any of it, and, like, he says he can't go into detail. Like, when we were talking over the phone too, he'd be like, what I'm being accused of. Like, everybody knows that he did it.
Yeah.
Because there's, like, camera, video proof and all that, and he'd just be like, what I'm being accused of.
Okay.
And then finally it just got to the point where I was like, this is too much. I had nothing to do with this, and, like, I feel like I have all the stress put on my shoulders. Like, he was asking me for money and stuff to put on his books, and so I ended up just, like, having the gym block my number.
Okay.
It's clear his closest friends are desperate to cut ties. And according to Miguel and Dakota, Brody is hiding out 25 miles away at his family home in Yelm. With such a highly dangerous individual, Lakewood police call in a heavily armed SWAT team backed by aerial flight support to finally take him down.
You want to hand me out the shield? Oh, shield? Shield! Please.
All right, hey, you three, if there's people milling around up front, we're going to detain them right off the bat, so be ready to go hands as soon as they move up.
They run or we're letting them run, right?
Yeah. That's right, we're capped. That team's rolling up.
You guys are gonna have to help me identify the door. See him where? Breathe. Yeah.
Male in the stairwell. It's his first entryway right here on the right.
Several SWAT officers are sent to form a perimeter around the building, making sure the suspect can't flee the scene unexpectedly, while the rest of the SWAT team secures the front stairwell, ready to make their arrest.
Just turn hard left, pull forward.
Yeah, I get it. They got people coming out.
Come this way, come this way. Come this way.
Hey, come here, man.
This way, this way, this way, this way.
Hey, hands up.
All right, contacting 2 out front.
All right, stop.
You're good. Hold there, hold there. Here, yep. Pull forward, pull forward, pull forward, pull forward, pull forward. Straight, straight, straight.
Hey, see if you can
Straight.
actually get the door.
Straight, straight. Hold.
All right. Get these two.
You at the top of the stairs, just stay there. Keep your hands up.
Hey, keep coming. Yeah, I want you to set your phone and your drink on that little concrete barrier right there.
You need to set?
Yep, got him. Now I want you to step out to me. Come on. Put your hands on your head, flip around, face the building. Keep coming back towards me.
Go ahead. We're good for right now.
Down.
We're just detaining one more.
Huh? Hey, come down. Set it down right there. Now put your hands on top of your head and step over to me. Stop right there. Back up towards me. Back up towards me.
Fuckery. I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, what the hell is this?
Last one. How many other people are in the apartment?
Nobody. I'm glad.
Last one.
In fact, there's still one more person inside the residence, the killer himself, Brody.
Hands up, everybody. Hands up.
Hey, that's primary on
Yep.
there.
Primary right there. All right, black shirt. Start walking this way. Start walking this way. Keep your hands up.
I'll go tough.
Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking.
Come here. Walk to me. Face the building. Put your hands on your head. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Keep coming. Whatever you need. Keep your left on your head.
All right, primary's in custody.
Brody was finally taken into custody and transported to the Pierce County Jail to await his fate. Following the investigation, and after heavily reviewing the Snapchat video, it's clear Brody acted completely alone and is solely responsible for the murder of Leonard Williams. Even though he was only 17 at the time, he was charged as an adult due to the severity of the crime, with bail set at $1.5 million. On December 6, 2024, after entering a guilty plea, Brody Drew Brownell was convicted of first-degree murder and received the maximum sentence of 25 years in prison for the senseless murder of a man for no reason whatsoever.
Ain't no way this girl still sitting in the car 45 minutes out there alive, 30 minutes out there alive. So you think this girl just sitting outside? You think she just sitting outside in the car?
You saying she finna be outside her car waiting on us to pull up?
That's what I'm saying.
This girl got shot outside her car.
Outside the car. And it went that many shots tonight. That's what's up close and personal. Somebody made that girl come back outside, man. Stop playing with me like y'all dumb.
He said that before anybody told him how she died. No news report had dropped yet, no police statement, no details released to the public. So I need somebody to explain to me how he already knew it was up close and personal. On January 10th, 2024, at approximately 1:45 in the morning,
This is very interesting because the game just came out called Pragmata. Now, in case you guys aren't aware, the, infertility? Well, the refusal to have children or get married or procreate, nobody really wants to do it. The population decrease in Europe is being very bad, estimating that it's going to drop down to 50 million total people in Europe by, I believe it was 20 years from now, because the average birth rate of a woman is 1.4, which obviously isn't enough because you need 2 people to have sex. And so when you're only making 1.4 children, that means that your population is on a very slow, steady decline to extinction. A lot of TikTok feminists, gay people, trans people have put in propaganda to not convincing women they don't want children anymore. They're just retarded if they actually believe it. And also, living conditions have become so rough that now a lot of households can't afford to do a traditional lifestyle, and more women are fighting to be in the workforce, and it's, nobody wants to have kids. So a good thing happened, and a game came out called Pragmata. And now, due to this game, having kids is cool again. There are actually people calling this game the cause for what might be the baby boom 2.0, and my God, do we need that right now, especially Japan. But Hassan decided to air out his dirty laundry live on stream, and I'm going to break down everything for you on why he's saying what it is that he's saying it, and give you guys a little bit of context. So let's get into it. And don't worry, guys, me and my beautiful white wife, we will be having children at some point in the near future, and we will take back the white race, and we will not let our population go extinct. Do not worry, guys. Hashtag free Kaya.
In any case, what is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata,
yes.
It's making 1,000 people suddenly want to start a family. You play as Hugh, a soldier, stranded on a ruined lunar research station. His job is protecting the child like android die.
I'm 2 hours into this game, and it's absolutely fantastic. Me and Sophia are greatly enjoying playing this together.
Diana while fighting rogue AI.
And by playing together, I mean I play it, and then she lays on my lap while I play it.
It's out already? Is it good?
It's a great game. It's very, very, very good. They did a great job kind of breaking up the monotony of the FPS shooter and doing very quick-time puzzle stratagems every single time you go to fight an enemy. It's very good. The gameplay loop is actually great.
Isn't this like...
And by the way, if you say this game is made for pedophiles, you're retarded, and you should never have the ability to speak on the internet ever again.
Death Stranding, in one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family.
Speaking of which, if my daughter or my son ever draws a picture of me and types my hero or writes my hero, I think I'm going to cry on the spot.
Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So,
yep.
What's really interesting about this is...
Yeah, go ahead and tell us why having kids is a bad thing, Hassan.
All of these unfuckable losers...
Jesus Christ. I always think it's so funny when streamers shit on their own audience. And let's be real, Hassan, all these unfuckable losers are the people in your chat, the TikTok feminists that are in your chat, who support terrorism and think that it's based, and actually watch a Hassan Piker stream. What a self-report.
In the gaming sphere, always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you...
I want to remind you that Hassan is shitting on people for having a family because he thinks it's out of reach for them. And I want to remind you that Hassan is 36 years old. He's dating the streamer Valkyrie, and Valkyrie has been very clear that she does not want children at all. And not to mention, Hassan and Valkyrie have now been...
What's up guys, Sailor here with another guide for you. This is going to be on how to get the purple or green Illidari tabard, and I'll show you how to get the opposite one if you do end up with the wrong one at the end of the quest chain. So to start the quest chain, we're going to have to kill Valzarek the Conqueror, who's found to the left of the Sanctuary of Stars in Shadow Moon Valley in Outland. And it'll be a level 70 elite mob that patrols around with a couple of other mobs. They'll be patrolling around this area, and it'll be quite hard to kill if you're low.
In this video, I'm making this perfect skill model of my real Down East lobster boat. One, because I love skill boats.
It's so stupid looking.
2, because I need a real boat to test some modifications on. And 3, you guys really like my original tugboat, which has thousands of downloads. And it turns out, if you go to AliExpress, you can just buy one that someone printed out and is selling, even though I said not to do that. But hey, I guess that's the price of putting your stuff online for free. You can't really stop it. We're gonna make a bigger scale model that you guys can obviously print at home. It is the largest 3D printed lobster boat, maybe. I think it's either ASA or ABS. It's a notoriously hard material to print with, that this is made out of, which is why I didn't want to do it myself. That's why when PCBWay offered to do something, I was like, yeah, I got something for you right here. It's a very big boat. It's huge, and it does not disappoint.
You designed this whole thing?
I designed the whole thing. Come on, does it look familiar? It's based on my actual boat, Dave. It's like a replica of my boat. And there's a reason for this. Because not only is this a really cool giant RC boat build that we'll be doing, but it's an actual test bed for a whole experiment I'm going to do on my actual boat. But right now, it's just held together with pins. Because I want to see how big it is, but we need to assemble this thing properly so we can actually use this. Alright, look at our glorious boat. I actually did design it to be this big, but it has these indexing pins that we'll use. And then we'll slide it together. And because this is printed out of ABS, we can solvent weld it together for a very strong bond. I'll also hit with some fiberglass around the seams and stuff, but this should be a very, very tough boat that we can take through some very big waves. Since PCBWay offered to print this, I took them up on it because it's so big, it does not fit into my printers. I mean, obviously I could slice it, but I wanted to see how PCBWay does with very large prints, and so far, I'm very impressed. Another thing too is this is ABS, and ABS is very toxic smelling, so I mostly just print PLA on my machines, so I didn't have to deal with it. Okay, we need to put this thing together. Let's start with the hull. So why did I choose ABS? Well, ABS is much tougher than PLA when it comes to heat temperament, mainly getting it hot or leaving in a hot car. So ABS is the superior plastic to use. I also have some history using ABS, and you can solvent weld it, which is perfect for this boat and removing some of these layer lines. Because, well, they are a little bit thick. I imagine PCBWay had a very big industrial printer to print this thing out on, considering that the parts are very uniform and not warped. Acetone. It's time for the solvent welding. So the ABS will be dissolved by this acetone and will be pretty much fused together permanently, which is awesome because it doesn't rely on any super glues or anything like that, which I would normally use for some PLA parts. And we're also mechanically screwing logs together so we don't have to rely too much on the index pins to hold together. Some M3 stainless screws will hold the whole boat together. And this wouldn't be a boat project without some Toto Boat finishing stuff. So I have this Toto Boat Toto Fair, which is an epoxy-based filler compound where we're going to use to fill some of the thicker layer lines and make this thing a lot less bodywork and sanding. This part is giant. It's 3D printed by PCBWay. Oh, did I also mention PCBWay is the sponsor for this video? It was so easy, I just simply uploaded my files to the website, got an instant quote, and then just in a few weeks, I got this giant plastic boat delivered to my doorstep of my own design. Now, if you didn't know, PCBWay can CNC aluminum, such as these giant brackets for my past boat project, injection molding, and they also made these carbon fiber plates for an upcoming project. So they do tons of things, so check out PCBWay if you're trying to make anything come a reality, and like their name says, they also do printed circuit boards. And for you, dear viewer, if you use PCBWay for your Sheeple 10, you get $10 off your order of $30 or more. So huge thanks to PCBWay for obviously making these videos a reality, but now it's time to get back to work and finish this boat. Heavy layers of primer to cover up more layer lines, and we'll hit it with a nice coat of paint. I didn't really feel like taping off a lot of these scale details where I could just use a paintbrush to paint some of the, well, on the real boat I have some Total Tread here, but this is just some gray spray paint I got from Walmart, and it looks pretty fantastic. Now it's time to work on some of the running gear for the boat. What I have here is some oil-impregnated bronze bushings, which basically work great in marine environments, in saltwater, which is where I will be putting this. And I've also found some of the expensive commercial products you can buy for RC boats tend to have the same things. So we're using a 1/4 inch stainless shaft, 1/4 inch bronze bushings, and now I'm going to work on some of the rudder stuff. Now, I really like working with brass, and it's generally pretty easy to work with, and it's very sturdy and tends to not flex under load, at least extremely high loads, even though brass does have somewhat of the zinc content, so in saltwater this may not be the best. But hey, this toy boat isn't really living in saltwater, so brass is going to work pretty good for now. This is is a cool trick you can try too. If you have some super glue and some baking soda, you can actually make a really impromptu, very quick filler that dries ultra fast and is ultra hard. It's time for some power system. I have these big drone motors which turn these very, very big propellers, and I think that's going to be perfect for this boat, because this boat generally turns a very big propeller, and I don't want it to go too fast, so we're going to need high torque, low RPM. Now I'm going to go with a belt drive because I think it's going to be ultimately quieter than using something else like a gearbox. So we're going to try this thing out. I got these HTD3 belts, which were kind of hard to find on Amazon, and I'm going to print some parts out and marry them together with the boat. Now it's time for some scale details such as the mast, the smoky stack, and some other small stuff I have on a real boat. I wanted clear windows in this boat, and I printed out the windows in multiple parts such as these frames that we can set some acrylic in, because maybe I want to try some FPV camera footage inside the boat and drive in some big waves in the future, but that's probably going to be a future video. Some more of the scale details are the stainless steel railings I have. I don't know if I can solder stainless steel, so brass is going to have to work for this. Now I want to make sure I can tie this boat up pretty good and not have it break away, so I opted not to print this Samson post that I would use to tie the boat down out of plastic, and we're going to make it out of some steel instead, because I know this isn't going to come off anytime soon. It has to be sturdy, just like my real boat. Finishing up some of the tedious little details is this transom gate that I have on the real boat for launching products in the water, and the last thing I want to do is put this foam gasket in so I can make the boat waterproof, so water rolling over the back of the deck doesn't get my electronics all wet. Okie dokie, it's time for the first splash. It's not fully done yet, but this is the last day we have warm weather in Ohio, so I really want to test it, so let's throw it in this water and see what happens. Well, it works. It floats. Well, it turns out my design kind of sucks. The problem is the plastic parts and the motor and the spacing is just a little bit too far away, that it causes the belt to kind of compress under tension, and it kind of pops out of the teeth. So I'm going to try something a little bit different and maybe just go ahead and print some parts out. So I have some herringbone gears, and we're going to see if this works a little bit better than the belt drive, which I think I need to go up in belt size for. But I don't want to order anything off of Amazon, so we're going to try this. My real boat also has a bow thruster, so I want to recreate that too because that's super cool. And if you didn't know, you can actually just run RC brushless motors wet underwater, so just spraying a little bit of oil in them after you're done with them, they actually live a pretty good long life. It's time to recreate the arch on my real boat. This is basically an A-frame davit, and I'm going to make it out of aluminum, just like my real one. The last thing I need to do is modify the controller to become the perfect boat simulator. This is the Radio Master Pocket. I'm just taking it apart because it's honestly a cheap little radio I can kind of sacrifice for this project, so no biggie if I don't really get it back in working condition. But it's going to live a pretty cool life being this perfect boat controller. It basically needs to function like my real boat, which has these throttles like here, and the steering is also on a wheel, which I kind of wanted to replicate, so we're going to do that too. It's done. We have bow thruster controls, and we have steering, we have in gear, it's idle. Take it back out of gear and neutral. Reverse is the same thing. Pop and reverse. It's exactly like the real thing. The reason why I did it this way rather than removing the potentiometers is it doesn't have any potentiometers. These Radio Master radios have Hall effect gimbals, which is really interesting. You know how Magnet has like a north and a south? It's actually polarized this way, where it's split this way, so the north is up here and the south is here. And when it moves, the magnetism changes and the Hall effect has a little thing that reads it. So it's kind of cool how that works. A little sidetrack there. That's why I kept the original housings. See that throttle there, and up here. Can't really see it, but the selector is in there. So you have neutral, and then it hits a little switch. Micro switch goes the other way, and it's all wired in to the controller. This boat looks super awesome. I'm very happy with how it's turned out so far. I need to make one more quick change because the boat makes a little bit too much noise, so I'm going to introduce these new parts and go direct drive because, well, it turns out I had no space to do this in the boat to begin with, so we're trying this now. So much quieter. On our lovely snowy Ohio day, in the middle of spring. I hate this place so much. Unfortunately, Ohio's being weird again, and for some reason, it's snowing now, even though it was 70 degrees just the day prior.
This isn't the best outdoors weather, especially for someone who doesn't like to be cold. Let's go to Florida.
This boat moves perfect. It moves just like the real thing in the real salty ocean water in Florida. This is where the BHM 31 meets its offspring, the tiny little boat. Okay, but for real, this thing looks amazing. It works really, really well, and it's going to be a perfect hydrodynamic stand-in for modifications to the real boat. But just on a smaller scale, so I don't spend all the money modifying my real boat just to find out something works or doesn't work.
It's just like the real thing.
Heard a sound this morning. It sounded like a bird. You know where the bird was when we were sleeping on the boat? I guess they don't have they must not like model boats. A boat got crapped on. Both of my boats. At the same time. Well, the boat looks great, but you may be wondering, why build this weird controller? Well, it turns out one of my favorite childhood memories is this place called Kings Island, and they had these boats. What you did is you put a quarter in them, and it had these real ship's wheels and a throttle selector, and you gotta drive these tugboats around. The boats are super cool, I remember them, and if you got them to go between the lighthouse, you extend your running time, so you could just drive your boat in circles really slowly some more. I really like that thing, so that's why I built this cool controller. Well, it turns out this game was kind of hard, so now that I have my real boat, and it works just like the real thing, let's have a little docking competition. Oh, it actually turns out before I challenge them, check this out. I've got a Formlabs 4L, which opens up a lot of potential opportunities with projects, and I just printed this out, never printing a resin propeller in my life. Whoa, that looks super neat. And this thing came out so amazing. It looks so good. It is spray painted, but this is made out of rigid 4K, and it is super strong. It is a lot stronger than the plastic propellers. We're gonna put this on the boat because this is going to increase my performance because this doesn't have the little layer lines. Well, I mean, it does, but it's so good, the resolution, that you really don't even see them, and the paint filled in all the little cracks. I'm super excited to try this out for some future projects. I have this boat. I have some unwilling contestants. We're gonna see if they can replicate this Kings Island attraction. We got a fun little challenge. They're gonna have to drive around this boat, go in a big circle, and then come back into this dock. Let's see who can do it the fastest. you have your gearbox selector. So the engine is running like the boat does. This throws it in forward gear,
rear.
and this throws it in reverse.
I'm gonna punch this.
don't use too much power. All right, and go. Don't run faster.
Actually, that's not too terrible.
You gotta be perfect situation. Okay, let's see. 40 seconds. That's not too bad. Because he hit the dock really hard and he would have done damage to the actual boat. That's an additional minute's worth of damage.
Oh,
I just made it up.
You never put it.
And go. You're on the clock.
Law throttles. It's law throttles. Get the boat. Get the boat. Oh.
You're fine. Don't slam into the dock, so go forward. Get ready to go forward a little bit.
The handle's stuck. Get down.
Okay, whatever. 43 seconds.
All right, who's next? Cameron, you want to go? So this is your neutral because this controller is just kind of janky. And go.
They have to go around the island. Yep.
All right, looking good. You haven't crashed like old man.
Now you gotta put it back in the slip. You can put it in reverse. Now give it some throttle. They can go back in the backwards.
And ran in the dock too. 57 seconds.
And go.
Any way you want. You can go around the floor.
And
Keep the island there.
yeah, we might have to give him $5. That's good. Overcompensated. All right, you ready?
Set. Go.
First turn.
Oh no. Put in slip. 1 minute penalty has been applied. 2 minute penalty has been applied.
And go. Oh, he's flying right out of the gate.
He's
going around super fast.
Your thing sucks. Oh, nice.
So it's good enough. He's expanded his slip size. It's broken.
Okay, so the conclusion is my controller kind of sucks. But they're all not too bad at actually driving a boat, even some of them intoxicated.
I still have a little bit.
Can you even get a DUI driving a boat?
Yeah, you're getting a lot of trouble.
In this video, we're gonna make some really, really small RC airplanes. And then, we're gonna make them even smaller. RC planes have come a long way. This is your standard RC airplane. It's a big size. But, because of the advancement of electronics, they've gotten a little bit smaller. The year's 2026. Electronics, the brains of all these RC airplanes, have gotten a lot smaller and smaller. This is your average servo. It's pretty big. What is a servo? Well, inside you have a motor, we have the control board. This one is kind of burned, which is why I hit it with a hammer. We have a potentiometer, and we have gears, and this is connected so it's feedback, which drives the output off. That control all sorts of things, such as throttle and engines, to flight surfaces on an RC airplane. They're basically making an RC airplane an RC airplane. Now, because the servos are so big, they require a big airplane to carry them around because of all this weight. But hold on, servos themselves have gotten smaller. Like, look at this one. This is a micro servo. So that is pretty small, but Horizon Hobbies, which is a company that makes RC airplanes, has released a huge line of ultra micro RC airplanes for the last 10 years or so. Now, is this thing really ultra micro? I think we can do something better than that because, like, yeah, it's smaller than this airplane right here, but I think we can make RC airplanes smaller than this. Here's one of the microplanes called Ultra Micro Series. This is like an all-in-one unit. It basically has the controls for the flight controls, such as the elevator and rudder, and it also controls the motor and deals with the battery voltage. I have an extra one of these little doohickeys around, and this thing weighs 4.3 grams. It's kind of heavy. I'm gonna try to use the smallest battery I can find. Little 100 milliamp single cell LiPo, which weighs 0.25 grams. For an airplane that's RC controlled, we're gonna do this design. We have basically a rudder, and a motor. And this is the minimum I think we can get away with for carrying this weight. So our first airplane's done. It weighs about 7.5 grams, a little about more than 6 inches, which is a little bit above average, I guess. It's got a pretty small wingspan, a lot smaller than the airplane that we took this out of. Let's see if it flies. Test flight. Test crash. Let's try again. Look at that, flies great. Tiny airplane. Okay, so we made this little biplane type thing. It's skinned out of this foam. Did you wonder how I skinned this foam? This is a callback to an old video. We did this thing called walk-along gliders, which were super lightweight airplanes that I pushed along using this air draft lift thing to kind of make an infinite flying glider. Really cool video, you can check it out. Anyways, I needed to recreate that slicer, but I'm gonna actually make this one a little bit more fine-tuned. Foam off my airplane, plug in my little servo tester. If you guys want to build this thing at home, you basically need a variable kind of voltage regulator thing. I think a benchtop power supply should be able to do the same thing. If not, I'm using a RC hobby speed controller that runs on 3S or 11.1 volts. And it just basically PWMs it into this wire to get the desired temperature. I'm gonna set it to about 1690, which is like above power level. And I kind of adjust the height of it with some little shims to bring the wires up and down and slice the foam through it. All right, ooh, look at that. Yeah, there you have it, a thinly sliced sheet of foam. We could probably set this gauge even lighter. Let's set it lighter and see how thin we can make this sheet. Oh, look, it came out. It's so thin. Oh, it's got like some static. It won't leave my hands alone. It's so light. Really, these are super easy to make. You can find some online calculators to calculate your voltage for the amount of maximum wire you have for the resistance you need. How much they weigh? It doesn't weigh anything. Thank goodness I have a drug scale. 0.3 grams. That's insane. It's so stupidly light. You can slice all sorts of foams, like some of the deck prawn stuff I got. It looks like fish skin, like a freshly filleted fish. And some of this green insulation foam to get different weights and thicknesses of foam. This thing works so good. I'm actually really happy with this. I can get like 1,000,000 sheets of foam out of this block. Look at that. I think this is going to be the heaviest. 0.44 grams. It doesn't even weigh a single gram. Okay, how much does this Dollar Tree foam board stuff weigh? 0.47. It's actually a little heavier. I did not expect that. Alright, well now that we got the styrus slicer working, I can actually build some airframes now. You know, it's pretty cool. We can actually fly it around the shop. Not too bad. Alright, that plane was okay, but I think we could do better. So I made this. Oh wait, I should have kept that. But you can kind of see how big it used to be. Because I said we only need 2 channels, rudder and the throttle. This thing has 3. Let's delete one of these little tiny components off of here, make it even lighter.
There you have it. We remove the motor. It's actually really cool how these work. This thing has a little wiper on it that moves, and that's how this little board senses which way to drive the motor and how far to drive the motor to control the surfaces. New weight. 3.4 grams. That's like 0.6 grams lighter. That's crazy.
And now let's make an airplane even smaller than the one we just made. This design, I don't think we need the biplane wings, it's a little bit lighter. One pretty large main wing, and also very large elevator service on the backside. This should be pretty small. It's already smaller than the last one. It got smaller. This is like 70% of the size. I think the battery is back here. This is a tiny 100 milliamp hour battery, and I am intrigued because I think we can find smaller cells. So I was browsing Amazon Blowout Sale Center where they sell all sorts of garbage that nobody buys. In that store, I found a removal instrument electromagnetic insulation antifreeze smell meter. The hell is that? We have this little doohickey, a solar panel, a switch, and a micro USB. You turn it on and it flashes. This is actually an anti-theft alarm that you can install in your car. And inside our magic box is a really crappy solar cell. I believe this is like an amorphous silicon type cell, just simply designed to charge this lithium battery, which is what you want, and flash the little silly LED. So we cover up the panel, and it flashes. And that's all it does. We're gonna steal the cell. So here's our little baby cell. So I went on Amazon and bought 2 of these for like $20, and I got this for 25 cents. This is why I love going to stores and like recycling junk electronics and getting something completely useful. I think it's the exact same 40 milliamp hour cell. we're gonna use this. 1.2 grams. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Especially compared to our fat little cell from our off-the-shelf thing, which is 2.6 grams. It's like half the weight. So this is basically what we started off with, which is basically a larger battery. This is a little bit on the larger side. They do make it a little bit smaller, about like 150 milliamp to 100 milliamp hour, which is basically what this really small one is. And that's generally what you'll find, because this is what you're going to find in most toys or any of the ultra microplanes. This is the specialty one I bought off Amazon. This is a 40 milliamp hour battery, and this is what I got from the special supplier of micro airplanes. Unfortunately, this thing just doesn't work. I mean, I plugged it in and it basically made the propeller turn on for like 2 seconds and it died. And this is what we harvested out of that little solar electronic doohickey. And let's see how it flies. Oh yeah! Oh, it flies! Hey, this thing flies really not too bad. It's still directionally controllable with just the rudder surface and throttle for power. And it handles pretty well. Alright, so we have this plane, but I forgot my battery, so we have to use a larger one. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to cut this battery apart and make it smaller. Not the battery itself, though.
That one flies the best. Oh my god, that thing's got power now.
The battery's dead, though. At this point, we made a plane that's pretty small, that uses these little Park Zone or E-Flight or whatever Horizon Hobby electronics you want to call them, but this footprint is kind of large. I wonder if we go online, can we find something even smaller? This is like the tiniest one I could find online. I think they make it even smaller, but I'm gonna probably break this because I have no experience working with micro dinky electronics like this. It's way smaller than this. Look at the motor size. It's like half. It probably weighs half too. It's so dinky. Alright, well, if you want to see how much this thing weighs on the scale, let's put it on the scale. It weighs just 1 gram. There's basically 5 of these and that. This little doohickey basically does the steering, and it does the receiving. It also does the speed controllering, but I don't really have anything to picture that right now. But you get the idea. It is so minuscule compared to the old stuff from the 80s and 90s. Man, this printed circuit board is super tiny. But, you know who else makes printed circuit boards? PCBWay, our sponsor for this video. You've probably heard of PCBWay, and I've used them in the past, such as CNCing these giant aluminum blocks and 3D printing these giant boat pieces for a future video. It's super easy. You basically upload your design to the website, and then bam, you get an instant quote, pay for it, you get it in your doorstep in a few weeks. But they also make printed circuit boards, and if you didn't know, they have a new design service where they can help you design the perfect circuit board.
Level 70, but pretty easy if you're level 85. So once he's dead, if you loot him, he'll have a book which starts a quest item. If you hand in the quest, it'll take you to just up the path, which will be some crystals. And basically you'll have to kill a few waves of mobs, which are Illidan's servants. Isn't too hard, but for a level 85 you won't struggle at all. If you're level 70 you probably will struggle on this quest. Although as far as I know, any amount of people can pick up the quest in your group. So you can get a couple of friends if you're level 70 and be able to all complete it at the same time, that's fine. So once you've killed a few waves, you'll have a main mob to kill, and once you've killed him, you'll basically be challenged by Illidan to go face him in BT. And you'll get the trophy tabard for basically standing up against Illidan and killing a few of his servants. So once you've completed that, head to Shatrath and speak to a Dal in the centre, and you'll get a box. Now this box will either give you the green or the purple, you don't get both. But if you do end up with the wrong one, like I get the green from my box, I'll show you how to get the opposite colour. Now there's 5 places you can do this, 2 for Horde, 2 for Alliance, and 1 that's neutral. Orgrimmar, Undercity, Stormwind, Ironforge, or Dalaran. So we're going to head to Dalaran because it's neutral and you'll be able to see where to get it from for both factions. But basically what you're looking for is the tabard vendor in your major city. So normally the tabard vendor just gives you the tabards that you're allowed access to, like the reputation tabards and things like that. If we speak to them the first time, they'll just sell us normal tabards. But if you delete your green tabard or your purple tabard, just completely delete it, then when you speak to them again, it'll give you the option to pick up the green or the purple tabard. So it'll give you access to the tabard that you didn't originally have. So I hope this guide helps you out, and thanks for watching. Look out for more guides coming soon. Don't forget to thumbs, fave and sub if you did enjoy this video, and look out for more videos coming soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya!
So today, I want to tell you the story, the adventure, the beginning of a grand adventure of a young Asmongold many years ago, sitting in his room playing the Burning Crusade. There I am, 16 years old. I was happy, hanging out with my friends all the time, every day. This is all I did and all I knew was playing video games, having fun, and chilling out with the boys. As you can see right there, that's Cody in the back. That's me with the video camera. Zach, McElreevy, you guys know him. And then Cameron over there eating my hot fries. He ate fucking all of my hot fries all the time. And this was the case for years. There's another one. There's Jeff in the background. That's me playing WoW with my old hoodie. This is the exact hoodie that I had. Where is that? I think it's like right, it should be downstairs. This is the same hoodie that I wore whenever I was on the stage at BlizzCon. That's right there. That's Jeff, Cameron, and Toby. That's us in my other room. And we were just playing games, hanging out together, having fun. And this is what my life was every single day. Every single day, this is what I was doing. And this is what they were doing too whenever I was playing WoW and I didn't want to go outside. They were not happy. They were not happy at all with the fact that I was staying inside all the time. But they wouldn't understand the fact that I had something greater that I was working towards. I had something greater that I was trying to do. I cleaned off my desk and I was ready for that fateful night, January 7th, 2007. Myself and my mother, a long time ago. There's me and my mom. My mom took me up to GameStop on the midnight release of the Burning Crusade, the very beginning of the game. And we waited in the line in the freezing cold. And after about an hour, we got inside and my mom bought me and herself one copy of the Burning Crusade, as well as that t-shirt right over there that I still have. We came home, and after a while of loading everything together and getting it all together, which took me quite a while, trust me, it took me a very, very, very long time, I went through the dark portal for the first time. Now this is all I've been waiting for. Years, or a year about, 6 months, I have been playing the game, and this is the one reset that I was waiting for. This is the one time that I had wanted to go back and see things reset to put myself on an even playing field with all the other people that were in the server and that I thought that I could be better than myself. Before the dark portal opened, during the final event, there's me, and I want you guys to look right now at the two people that I'm next to. This was before I was in the guild Overdose. At level 54, young Asmongold encountered this warrior right next to me here, Gearbolt. And I tried to have him duel me outside of the Nax entrance. And you could see his gear, and you could imagine my gear at level 54. I lost. I asked him if I could join the guild, and he said LOL, and he said no, I could not join the guild. I took a screenshot with them. And I thought to myself, one day I will be in that guild. One day I will join that guild. I enter the Burning Crusade, and I see, of course, for the first time, the Fell Reaver. I think this is the first time that I had ever seen it. I didn't know what to expect. All I knew was that I was going to play all night and all day, as much as I could, as much as possible. And at the very beginning, there were some group quests. Sometimes I didn't really have anybody else to play with, and the only person that I knew who was online was my mom. And so my mom and I went together into the Burning Crusade, into Hellfire Peninsula, and we did all of the quests together at the very beginning. And we leveled up, and we got all that stuff done, the two of us, that night, back in the day. So I stayed up later and later, more and more, until the sun came out, and I hit level 61. And it just kept going. Obviously, I kept farming, I kept leveling, I kept doing what I needed to do. I did all the dungeons, of course. It goes without saying, but I did. There's me at level 62, doing ramparts for the first time. Probably top DPS, but I didn't show up the damage meter because I didn't want to. I didn't want to embarrass the other people, of course. Ramparts was not the only dungeon. I also, of course, did Blood Furnace as well. And I was the tank. As you guys can see, I put on a shield, and I did what I needed to do. Because I didn't play an arms warrior, I played a warrior. I did what I needed to do, and I did whatever was necessary. Also, as well, a little bit later on, I went to bed. And I woke up that morning, and I heard the fateful words that it was a snow day. The day that Burning Crusade released, it was a snow day. And so I logged back on. I called my friends, and we played the game all day. It was, in Texas, we get one snow day a year, on average. I hit level 64. I was working my ass off, playing as much as I needed to play. I made my way into probably one of the coolest zones that the game has ever really had. The Grand. One of the first times ever I had seen something like this. And as an online gamer, this is one of my first experiences that I ever had. I went to the Grand for the first time. I was exploring around, looking around. I was excited to see everything. And also, as you guys see, I was in a guild at that time, and that guild's name was Silent Asylum. You'll hear a lot more about Silent Asylum very soon. I did, of course, the Ring of Blood. This is me just waiting for my turn to do it with my group. Yeah, you guys will hear a lot about it. And I saw the biggest NPC that I had ever really seen at that time in the game. I saw Durn the Hungerer. This was a big-ass motherfucker. And we were going to beat his ass. I thought it was going to take a lot longer, but turns out it just took until, like, later on, probably that day. Well, it wasn't that hard, because we had a 10-man group to do it. It wasn't that bad. And at this point, it was probably about a few days into the Burning Crusade. It took me quite a while to level up. I was actually quite slow with leveling, and it took me, I would say, about on average a week for me to get up to max level. But after that time, I made my way up, and I got all the way to level 69. Almost there. And finally, after level 69, I hit level 70. Now, if you guys look at my toolbars and my bar there, my character was so shitty. It was so bad that I decided that I was going to level as prot because I kept dying so much. I was absolutely terrible at the game. If you look at my toolbars there, my taskbar, whatever you want to call them, it was not good. It was very embarrassing. I was way worse then than I am now. And of course, what did I do in order to get level 70? What was the first thing that I did? Well, it's obvious. I went and I got my flying. I had saved up just enough gold to be able to afford expert flying right there. And this is something that I'd wanted. It was 800 gold back in the day. And this was my first time ever flying in the game. Right there. I was excited. I was happy. I was glad. I felt good about myself. I definitely did. And I spent the next hour or so just flying around, enjoying myself, and experiencing the world from a place that I had never seen it before. I was very happy to be able to do this. And then obviously, as time went on, I went and I did all the other quests that the game had for my... Yeah, I got the Snowy Griffin, I think. Yeah, it was the Snowy Griffin the first time, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, it was. And I also did all the max level quests. I was trying to get ready because my guild, Silent Asylum, they were getting ready to raid. See, obviously with Burning Crusade, the game wasn't the only thing that was released. It was also, of course, the raid itself and all of the end-game content. So I started doing the max level quests in Shadow Moon Valley and also in Netherswarm. I saw some very powerful NPCs with some armor that I wish I had had. That guy over there had Dreadnought. My character looked like an absolute complete fucking clown. I looked like a tank in Burning Crusade. That's exactly what it was. I looked like an absolute fucking idiot. And as time went on, I went over, I did dungeons, and not only did I do the dungeons by myself, but I did them with my guild. My guild was very weird. See, what you need to understand about my guild is that person next to me right there, the eye twitch, that was my my guild master, and she was crazy. And that craziness led to a number of problems throughout the years. I had originally joined this guild in Vanilla WoW. And we'll go ahead and we'll rewind for just a moment here, and I want you guys to see something else. Back in Vanilla WoW, I was still in this guild, and this is the guild that I went in to Burning Crusade with. I thought we had high hopes. I mean, shit, we killed the first boss in AQ20. You think that's a joke? Think that's a joke? You think you just kill Carniacs randomly? Nah, man, that shit was hard. That was hard. And so I thought to myself, man, you know what? We can take on anything. We can beat any boss. We can do anything that we set our minds to. And you know what? There were a lot of things that we tried to do, and it didn't necessarily go quite as well as we thought it would. As you can see, my armor was beginning to get better. I was starting to get some of the Fell Steel armor. You can see those Fell Steel gloves on my character. I'm getting a better shield. I'm still using that sword right there. It was from the Dern the Hungerer quest line. The Crystalline Kopesh, if I remember what it was called correctly. And as time went on, we went through the different dungeons. We made our way into Heroic, and we pretty much had a terrible time. But after struggling and fighting and getting pissed off at each other, and then also getting pissed off at each other, and then also, on top of that, getting pissed off at each other, I did actually get some pretty cool gear. Look at me right there. I looked like a fucking boss. I looked like a literal god. Look at that, dude. Look at that, dude. Yeah, dude. Those were the days, man. The big dick days. And you know what? As time went on, finally, our guild got enough people together to not only get outside Karazhan for the first time, that was us getting together and gearing up, but actually get inside the instance with everybody attuned together for the first time ever. This was the first time that I had ever been inside Karazhan. That's with my guild right there. Started off strong. Really did. We did a great job. We defeated Attunement the Huntsman. What an incredible adventure. We lost a couple of people, It was a hard boss. It really was. We would raid every Friday, and I would tell all my friends I'd have to make excuses. Back then, I'd have to tell them that, you know, I couldn't go out, I couldn't do anything, because I had to stay home and raid Karazhan. And you know what? I didn't regret it. I enjoyed it. I was very excited to be able to do that. It was awesome. And over time, I got better gear, and I got better stuff. But the truth was that a lot of that gear I didn't actually get inside of Karazhan. Most of the Karazhan gear was a waste of time. But what I did instead was Arena. I did Arena with my mom. My first Arena team, my first Arena game ever was with my mom. This is not it, but it's a screenshot of us playing together. I was an idiot. The first time the gates opened for the Arena, we ran the opposite direction because we didn't know what side the gates opened on. So we were running against the wall while the Arena was beginning. Now, we played together. Everything went relatively well, but the truth is that I was an asshole, and I would get mad at my mom constantly. And I ended up leaving the Arena team. And my mom saw that I left the Arena team. And I remember she typed me in chat, "Fuck you." She was not happy that I left the Arena team. But there was a guy that I had played with. He was actually in my guild as well. His name was No Mas Evil. And he is the guy that I would have done Arena with for the next year. Now, we were still in the same guild at this point. He was in Silent Asylum, and I was in Silent Asylum. It was a great time. Or was it? Or was it? Truth is that we spent a lot of time in Karazhan. We really did. But I'm going to zoom in on this picture here, and I want you guys to see the kind of gear that we were going with here. That axe right there was the Crystal Forged War Axe. And for those of you all with very good vision, you will see the enchant that I had on my level 70 weapon that I rated Karazhan with was Fiery Weapon. If you don't believe me, I still have it in my bank today. And this is us killing Maiden. It took a lot of time. It took a very long time. It was kind of embarrassing, honestly. But it was okay. It wasn't that big of a deal. It would take a little bit of time, but I would get better gear. I would work on it, and I would just do what I needed to do. And obviously, as I got the better gear, I also got better professions. I spent time out in the plateau, and I crafted my Breastplate of Kings. It was one of the last items that I still needed, and as time went on, I got better and better gear. I worked my ass off trying to get all this stuff, and it took me quite a while. And I was still in Silent Asylum, and throughout time, we finally managed to kill King Malchezaar, the last boss in Karazhan. I was very happy about this. Do you guys want to know why I was very happy about this? I'll show you. Prince Malchezaar, excuse me. Here's why I was very happy about it. I got Gorehelm. That's right. That was my first epic weapon back in Burning Crusade. I was fucking ready. Me and No Mas Evil right there. Me and my boy. We came together. And not only did we defeat, and obviously everybody was happy. I realized I just have another screenshot of that as well. Everybody was happy. See, Vetro, T-Storm, these are the same guys that I played with for years. T-Storm, if you guys keep in mind, he was the same guy that I saw earlier. Was it this one here? He was in my raid back at level 60, and here we are together, raiding in Karazhan over a year later. I got that axe. I was very happy about it. It was fucking amazing. And we used that axe to obviously keep going through, and we were able to kill Nightbane as well. Fuck you, Nightbane, by the way. And I did not put Fiery Enchant on it. I put, I think, Berserking Enchant on it. I believe I have that axe as well, too. I used that axe for a very long time. I was very happy that I got it. Karazhan at that point, we had basically mastered Karazhan. Karazhan at this point was basically like Stormwind. I spent more time in Karazhan than anywhere else. I would put people on follow and take naps in between wipes on Shade of Iran in Karazhan. And actually, speaking of Shade of Iran, I believe I might even have something special here. Let me go ahead and find it. So, I don't know what happened, but my entire thing just pretty much shut down. So I think somewhere around where we left off here was inside of Karazhan. Now, Karazhan was probably one of the more exciting raids that I had to do. I spent days in Karazhan. And then after those days were over, I spent weeks in Karazhan. And after those weeks were over, I spent months in Karazhan. Every day I spent in Karazhan. I spent so much time in that raid that the sheer mention of the name Karazhan would make me physically sick. I'm not kidding, by the way. But it was not without its own rewards. There were things that I got out of Karazhan that were pretty nice. Of course, I did get Gorehound. I got a number of other amazing things too. I was happy. I was very happy. Karazhan was really everything that I could have hoped for it to be. And it was the first raid that I really got an opportunity to take very seriously and play all the time. So I was really happy to see that. But honestly, that time lasted too long. I spent way too much time in Karazhan. And that leads us to right where we left off yesterday. To the point where I had just killed Nightbane with my guild. Now, back in the day, I was what you like to call a nub. Now, a nub is somebody who's so shitty at the game that they're not even worthy of being called a noob. Absolute trash. And you know what? You guys might not believe that I was so bad at the game. So I figured I'd show you. Let me see if I can actually make this work here. Hopefully I will. Many years ago, a young Asmongold went over and I recorded everything that I did back in the day. All of it I recorded and I put there. As you can see there's my warrior. Defeating, Terrestrian Ilhoof for the first time with my guild, Silent Asylum. Now, Silent Asylum was a guild that I was just kind of a remnant of Burning Crusade or Vanilla WoW. I was in this guild, I had friends in this guild. Everybody was getting along in this guild relatively well, but as time went on, what started to be realized is that the cracks were showing, and we were starting to be a lot shittier than what I thought that we were.
Okay, this could be one of two things. This could be the sound of cavitation, which is when air bubbles inside your joints pop, making that cracking sound. Or it could be a nonsense added sound to advertise your nonsense product. Okay, this could be one of two things. This could be the sound of cavitation, which is when air bubbles inside your joints pop, making that cracking sound. Or it could be a nonsense.
On August 30th, 2023, in St. Charles Township, Illinois, investigators with the Kane County Sheriff's Department executed a search warrant at a residence after receiving a tip from the social media platform Twitter regarding the upload of questionable content being shared online.
Contact me, Dad.
Dad's coming to do it.
Philip. Mr. Romanoff? I'm Investigator Euler with the State's Attorney's Office. I have a search warrant for the house. Who's here? My wife and my son. Okay. And we need to come inside and make certain that they're okay. Move away from the door, sir. Where are they at?
Where are they at right now? Will you stay right there, please? Upstairs in bed, both of them are?
Yeah. You want to go with the investigator right here? Just stand over here with him.
What's your son's name?
Philip?
Philip!
Oh, my God.
Philip, police!
You guys have dogs or anything?
All right, come on downstairs.
Somebody hands?
Come on down here. What's your wife's name?
He's getting dressed.
Come down to us, please.
Once we get everybody down here, we'll explain everything to you, okay? Can we clear him and take him in here? Sure. Okay.
There's no guns in the house or anything, is there? Okay, excellent.
Everything I need to do here. Any parking, sir?
All right, Philip, my name is Andrew Euler. I want the state's attorney's office, okay? Sir, I apologize for coming into your home for this.
Yeah, come on down.
But it has everything to do with Phil. We're here for computers and cell phones, okay?
They're all upstairs.
All right, Phil, I'm not here to judge you in any way, shape, or form, okay? I'm here for digital devices. I'm here for... Okay?
I'm sorry, what?
You're sending off little boy pictures to other people and on Twitter and all that stuff. Hear me out.
What? Okay. Yeah.
Okay. This is your business. If you want to be a little bit more private, we could do that. Because, like I said, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here just to get the stuff away.
Yeah, go for it. I'm just confused on everything.
Okay.
So, what little boy picture are you talking about? I just need to...
Is this you? Is that here?
I mean, that's pictures I use on my phone.
Okay. And how about all these? All these little, these right here. This is what I'm talking about. Little videos of, you know what he is?
I know that.
That's out of your account. Your Twitter, Dylan, Twitter, all right, if you're not bought, then we're going to be on our way. We're going to take your devices and... But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't think you're being honest with me. And there's only one chance for you to do that. Because... No, well... And the thing is, do you know...
No.
Or guy that used to go to high school with you that's down in Alabama now? Crimson Tide?
No, I really don't.
Okay. All right. Every single thing is connected to you, your Comcast account, everything.
I'm just like really confused.
Why are you confused?
I don't know, like, I just got woken up and I have no idea.
I get it. All right. Well, I'm not trying to. Okay? We want to get to the devices that have... I want to get them out. Okay?
You can, my computer's upstairs, my phone's upstairs,
Just point us in the direction where it's at.
Well, I can show you where my computer is.
What about your cell phone? Because it's all your Twitter and your Google.
I like don't have internet.
Or not. This
We'll grab it usually. That's kind of for us, yeah. What kind of phone you got?
That's an old friend of yours that you...
Might be that.
Yeah. That you sent a video of a boy in the bathroom. Another boy.
I know a Scott who literally not too long ago tried to meet up with me.
No, well...
He wanted to meet up. He literally...
I can't see the crap in that. I need better light. We can go out there. That's better light.
Kitchen?
Just, dude, you're free to go. I don't have any warrants for you right now. You have to understand that.
He's the weird one, and
Dude, I'm not here to judge anybody as far as their sexuality, their preference. I don't care. All I do is I come out and I get... That's you? Phil Obanoff. Yeah, that's your account? It's off?
No, that's me. Phil Obanoff is me.
Okay.
But you can give me
this video right here, and I know it's just a long thing. That video is a video of a little boy, probably, I don't know, 9, 10, that is another boy that's under 18 in a bathroom.
When was all this stuff?
Last year, and also this year in April of this year, you went on to Twitter. Absolutely, it's all coming back to this house in your account.
Okay,
Is it your mom?
Is what you just said.
Who's they?
Whoever just sent me. I said, so wait, they sent me these things? And you said yes.
No. It's you.
Well, that's what you just said.
Hold on. You're getting a little.
So
Phil, how old are you?
I'm going on 32.
Okay. You went to high school? Graduated high school? Why are you acting this way? Why are you acting this way?
I just woke up. What do you mean? You just woke me up out of bed. Like, I am literally confused. I have no idea what's going on.
Okay.
I'm like freaking out now. You're saying I have all this.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I really don't.
Yeah, you do.
I really don't.
You've never seen these before?
No, and I don't want to see shit like that.
Really? That's the way you're gonna
I'm
take this?
I don't know what to say.
None of this stuff here?
No.
So, Phil, here's a little bit of what we do, okay?
That's
So
fine.
these are all, hang on a second. These are all the types of cases that we work, okay? So, anything you do online
He
is
literally,
recorded. Hang on.
I can show, no, it's
Yeah.
not fair. He's been trying to message me for years, trying to get a...
Yeah, so
This is
you're
nothing
hung
to do
up.
with
Yeah,
anybody
this
else.
is you're hung up on
Did
one.
you take a video of yourself urinating on yourself?
No, not that I can remember. I think the last time I tried to pee, someone paid me named like 5 years ago. He had me pee on myself. 5 years ago.
In your room
5 or 6
upstairs
years
on your
ago.
bed?
Yeah, 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay. You traded
8
that
years
video.
ago.
Hold on.
I traded
hold
that
on.
video
hold.
to a ton of people.
Yeah, you did just this past April.
When?
Twitter caught it. You don't understand.
I don't.
Hold on. Stop.
I haven't
Stop
had
talking for a
Twitter
second.
in years.
Stop talking for a second. Okay. Your picture was disseminated. That video of you urinating on yourself was disseminated. Was disseminated in April in Twitter. Right along with that was a video of 2 boys, and then 1 boy going and the other guy.
But again, you're talking about these videos I took over like a decade ago.
I don't care. You're trading them now.
I don't.
Do you have a drinking problem?
I don't have a drinking problem. I don't have a drug problem. I actually don't.
Do you
even
black out?
drink.
Do you do
No.
things and you wake up the next morning and not know what you're doing? I don't understand this though.
Neither do I.
Well, I think you do.
I really.
All right, your phone. What's the password on your phone?
6300.
6300. Do you have My Eyes Only in there?
Oh no.
6300. And your computer. What's the password on that?
0848.
0848. And what kind of computer is it?
The HP.
Do you have a desktop or is it a laptop?
The desktop.
Have you ever seen any come across your desktop or your cell phone before? Ever?
I mean, have I ever seen it in my entire life? I mean, yeah, it's popped up. I mean, I wouldn't say no. I don't know. I mean, have I seen questionable videos? Yes, I've seen questionable videos that I've just moved past.
Okay.
But they're literally just on like web pages.
Okay.
I'm not like.
Let me explain to you what we do.
That's fine. Oh my god, you have no idea. Like my mom, even what's wrong? Just.
Let me explain everything to you. Listen, like I came in here, and I'm sorry that we came in here like gangbusters, but we have to. This is what we do. Okay? You and I got off on the wrong foot. We need to get back on the right foot because you need to do what's best for you. All right? I have been doing this for over 30 years. You're not the first person that I've come in and said. Why? Why doesn't it matter what I have to say? It is what it is. You have Google. You sent to.
I don't even know who is other than this possible dude that used to.
Okay, I don't care who it is to you. You sent it from your account. You're not understanding me. Back in November of last year. That's not a question.
I just don't know what I sent. I'm generally confused. Like,
I'll show you exactly. And I don't bring in the videos because.
I don't want to see the video. I don't want to see any videos.
Well, you say you don't want to know, so I'm trying to educate you. You what?
I just don't want to see any underage.
Then why are you sending it off? You see, here's the thing. There's people that do this sort of thing, and they're really...
That on your desk?
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be.
Phil, listen,
Wait, someone
I
at
don't...
the station?
Listen, we're not here to complicate things for you. I stepped out for a minute just to kind of talk about some things, so... But more or less, here's what we do. Everything that you do online is tracked, it's logged, all that stuff. Okay? Yeah, all that stuff. But it's... And everything you do, everything you say, send, receive, all that stuff. Okay? Listen, if there's nothing on your devices, you got nothing to worry about. We'll check and we'll be out of here in 5 minutes, okay? But... what I worry is going to happen is we're going to check your devices. There's going to be stuff on there, okay? And it's the stuff that has no explanation to go with it that freaks people out, okay? Listen, I've seen what's in the account, so
That's
okay?
fine. I don't, like,
So.
you guys, I told you right now.
Do you think you should be arrested for this? In charge?
No,
Okay, hold on. If it's on your phone, do you think you should be arrested and charged?
No? What do you mean, like, on my phone?
What don't you understand about that statement?
Like, I understand. Can you just... Come on, you have to admit, this is, like, a lot for someone to take in.
You can ask for a lawyer.
Okay, and then can I ask for a lawyer?
Sure. Yeah. You're not under arrest right now.
I know I'm not. That's hence why, like, I'm, like, sitting here confused looking at you guys.
Well, hang out here then for us.
Here's another thing. I'm not going to ask you a question, just going to let you know how it goes. The search warrant that we have is for any and all device. So we're going to take moms and we're going to take dads. Because if it's not you, then it's them. So we're going to take their computers, we're going to take their cell phones. We typically don't have to do that. Because like I said, all we're here is to get them away. That's it. And if we get the device that has it, then we're out of here quicker, and you can get back to your sleep that you apparently need some more of. Okay, I get it. It's very important to you. I get it.
Just woken up from that.
You're worrying about the wrong thing right now. Like I said, I've been doing this for 34 years. We don't come into houses, and we don't get judges to give us approval to come into houses with nothing.
That's fine. Well, that's nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Okay. You were talking about you're being so worried about your mom and the way that she takes this. I get that, and I have respect for that.
You don't?
Well, I do. Oh, I don't have a mom?
No, I'm just saying you probably don't understand how worried she's going to be.
Well, I get it. Is she going to be upset that she gets a phone taken too?
Yeah, she decided to find that any police are involved.
Okay, well.
Just in general. It doesn't matter about what. Just police if I get speeding. You know,
There's many things that can happen here. There's many things. Like I said, you can go about your business today, but we're going to take your phone, we're going to take your computer. Yeah, you can. How does anybody go about their business? That's not. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Probably unsurvivable.
Oh, no, I don't know about that. The bottom line is, what we do is we try to get this stuff off circulation, one device at a time.
That's really great.
But you acting the way that you're acting is very concerning. Very concerning. Yeah, but I don't all these accounts. I don't know this. I don't know that.
Dude, I have a Twitter account. I have an Instagram account in years. We're talking over 5+ years.
This Twitter account comes back to your IP address. Do you know how it works? It's okay, and it's your Comcast account, your name. That's why we're here. And it was in April this year.
Like,
so you're gonna tell me?
Anybody can use my Wi-Fi because it used to be
Hold on.
open.
Okay, I get it. But you understand that when we go on your phone and we find that account, that Twitter account, that login information on your phone, then what? Then what's your statement?
Oh, I don't have a Twitter account. That's what I'm confused about.
If it's not on your phone, then you have nothing to worry about. But if you do, if it is on your phone...
Well, I mean, I would still have something to worry about. There's clearly something going on.
What are you talking about? Yeah, we're here. Something's going on.
Clearly, yeah. So clearly I would have something to worry about if it's not on my phone. Would I not?
Wait. I don't understand what you're saying. If it's not on your phone, what do you got to worry about? If it's not on your phone.
It's using my fucking internet.
Let's just stop pretending. Let's stop pretending.
Correct, though?
Let's stop pretending.
So now you're saying stop pretending. Okay, well, that's what you just told me.
Stop pretending. Every once in a while, you got to step up in the world. And you're talking about you're worried about your parents. You need to step up and worry about your parents right now. Get us out of your house. I'm sorry for going on this, but this is what we're here for. Judge signed this yesterday, and it's given us the rights to come here and take any and all devices. Because of the way that your son's acting, we have no choice but to take every single phone and every single computer in the house. Okay? I'll give it to you in a nutshell. Your son created an account in his name back last year. It was a Google account and a Yahoo account connected. What he did is he sent a friend of his from high school a video that showed probably about a 14-year-old boy in a bathroom with a little 9-year-old boy, the older boy, older by 14 only. Sent it directly. They had communications about that video, him and your son. And these two people went to high school together, so we have that. Google caught it. They sent it to us. They sent this to us too late, so we couldn't put a nexus into this house because the IP addresses were too old. This year, in April, he created a Twitter account in this house and sent off a whole slew of boys, including videos of himself and peeing on himself in his bed. Those were side by side. So that's why we're here. Typically what we do is we only come in here and we take the devices that have what we need. We don't need to burden you guys with, waiting to have your phones or use of your phones or your laptops and have your personal stuff taken. But I can't sort through anything because I know it came from this house without your son. He's saying he doesn't know anything about nothing. That's fine. And you're saying go ahead and get a lawyer. He's not in custody, so he doesn't need a lawyer. It doesn't apply. I get it. I get it 100%. I get it 100%. And I'm just trying, and I hate to give you this stuff because it looks like it's upsetting you and it should be upsetting. But we're in your home and you need to know what's going on. Okay? And that's why I'm in here telling you. Your son is acting like nothing. There is no doubt whatsoever. I've been doing this for a very long time. There's no doubt whatsoever that he's involved. It has nothing to do with his sexuality, his preference, nothing. It just has to do with you can't trade it. You can't possess it. I have the evidence to show that he is. And he's just, well, no, it's got to be my dad then. It's got to be my mom then. It's not me. I don't know who. I don't have these accounts, even though it's him clearly peeing on himself and sending him off along with the boys at the same day, the same time. It's not a question. From this IP address that's in his name, from the Comcast. So we're going to find it on his phone, and when we do, he's given us no other alternative but to arrest him. Does that have to happen? No, it doesn't have to happen. Our job is to come in and take these devices and get them out. Get this stuff out of circulation. One device, one house at a time. It is painstaking, but there's many people like me that do it. So we'll never stop, and that's why we're here.
So you know the devices you're looking for? I mean,
Unfortunately, it's not that specific. We know it came from the house, and we know it was all associated with your son's accounts. Although there's another account that's a little bit more obscure, which is some Dylan account that's a Twitter account. But, however, it's associated, has his picture as being in the profile. So it just doesn't happen this way. It's not as if someone's setting them up or anything like that. They're in the house, and he admits to making the video that he of him peeing on himself, but he's just saying it's not here. I don't know what you're talking about. So, but that's his right. He and like you said, he doesn't have to talk. He's not in custody right now. It's a little bit of a process, but it's not a year. It's not a year at all. It's not even going to be more than a couple days, more than likely. But it's an inconvenience that doesn't have to happen. Oh, no. Okay. All right, here's what the deal is. You are now under arrest.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Stand up. I'm going to put the cuffs on you. Go back. And then I'm going to Mirandize you. If you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. They're not, well, just hold it like that, then it'll be fine, okay? They're not that tight at all.
Yeah, they got you.
Did this have to happen this way? Have a seat. No, it didn't have to happen this way. Because you act like you're acting, and it's all over your phone. It is.
It's not.
It is. We just saw it.
That's fine, but it's not. So unless you planted it.
Oh, yeah, we planted it.
Okay.
Man, I'll tell you what. Here's one of my
Just go for it. You already arrested me, so read my arrangements.
I will. You're enjoying this. Your mom's not enjoying this.
No, I'm not. I'm actually really upset.
You're upset?
Yeah.
What about your mom? I'm in there explaining this to them, and they're just like sitting there going, what the heck?
Yeah, I'm sure she is.
Boy.
Like any mother. Needs to tell me that.
She's worried about you.
That's it. All right, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say cannot be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult with a lawyer before any questioning or make any statement or to have him present during questioning. You can afford a lawyer. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning or at any time during any questioning if you so desire. You can decide at any time to exercise his rights and not to answer any questions or make any statements. You understand those rights?
Yes.
Okay. How do these things get on your phone then?
I don't know what things you're talking about.
Okay, well, we'll go back to the station and we'll show you what we found.
Hey, I would love to.
All right. You have shoes in the house? You want to slip on?
Do I need like sneakers or just like any shoes?
Any shoes?
Any shoes is fine.
You got any down here?
Probably no laces because they'll make them take those off.
They're probably upstairs in my room.
Okay, we'll
I'll
get those.
grab a pair.
They're white.
Okay.
There's some in there.
I think we're good. We want to take him.
All right. We're going to walk outside, okay? Anything I knew that you need to know about?
No, not that.
You don't.
You can check me, but.
Okay, I'm just going to move this stuff out of here. Is a pocket in here? What is it? I don't know. I hope so.
Check this out. My face is super stretchy. Look at that. It's still going. Snaps right back. Both sides at once. Easy. Nose, like taffy. Lip, look how far that drops. Ear goes too. And the forehead, wild. It all just bounces back like nothing happened.
Having super stretchy skin can be a sign that something is wrong. One of the most common causes is a hypermobility disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS for short. It's caused by genetic mutations that affect collagen, the protein that gives your skin, ligaments, and blood vessels their strength and structure. And this can be dangerous because it makes those tissues fragile. In some types, that means frequent joint dislocations, chronic pain, and even risk of deadly blood vessel or organ rupture. One simple screening test for hypermobility at home is seeing if you can bend your thumb to your forearm like this, or hyperextend your elbows or knees like this, or place your palms flat on the floor with straight legs. But this guy, he's just AI. Not even people with EDS can stretch their skin that far.
Check this out. My face is super stretchy. Look at that. It's still going. Snaps right back. Both sides at once. Easy. Nose, like taffy. Lip, look how far that drops. Ear goes too. And the forehead, wild. It all just bounces back like nothing happened.
Having super stretchy skin can be a sign that something is wrong. One of the most common causes is a hypermobility disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS for short. It's caused by genetic mutations that affect collagen, the protein that gives your skin, ligaments, and blood vessels their strength and structure. And
the man you are looking at is 37-year-old Tom Grayley. You're about to hear his story as to why his wife Nicole is currently lying on their living room floor unresponsive.
What happened? How did she end up on the floor?
We took a shower. She wasn't feeling good. We took a shower. We went out to the couch. She said she wasn't feeling good. She got down on the floor and she fell over. I tried getting her up. I got some water. I threw some water on her. She didn't wake up.
What Tom is leaving out of his story is that Nicole is covered from head to toe in fresh cigarette burns and bruises and is clearly a recent victim of domestic violence.
Anyone know what happened to her recently?
I have no idea.
Although Tom seems to think he can act his way out of this one, he is about to get a rude awakening. The EMTs inside the house managed to bring Nicole back to life.
Pulse return.
The look of relief. As you can see, Tom is ecstatic to learn that his dying wife has a pulse, so much so that he thanked God for this miracle. Just kidding. As soon as Tom noticed that his wife was still alive and breathing, he instinctively looked away from her. He then realized that Nicole could wake up and expose him for hurting her, and his so-called panic attack continued.
Sit up! You need to stop. You are going to breathe. You are going to fall off the step and you are going to hurt yourself. Slow your breathing down. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. You'll catch your breath. Deep breaths. Do it for your kids. Calm down.
My face is going numb. Get my hands up.
Sir, what do you want me to do for you?
My face is going numb. I can't breathe. Get my hands up on my head so I can expand my lungs. Come on, please.
You're going to end up in the back of my car if we don't stop. Your kids are right here. You need to calm down for them. Did you take any narcotics or any other drug today that is affecting the way you are acting?
By this point, all of the first responders were over Tom's theatrics. What we haven't showed you is that Tom has been acting this ridiculous since the moment they arrived 40 minutes earlier.
I need you outside with me, okay?
I want to be with my kids.
I understand that, but I need you outside.
I'm not leaving my kids, sir. Can I be with my kids for a minute?
Sir, I need to... Listen, I'm trying to figure out what is going on so I can help you.
I told you as much as I can. Can I please have a moment with my kids and try to get a hold of somebody for my kids?
I need your help with this so we can help her.
Can you give me a minute? Can you leave me alone, please?
But now it was clear that Tom had run out of energy, so the deputies decided to wait for their sergeant to tell them what their next step should be. In the meantime, they checked in with the EMTs to see how Nicole was doing.
Do you think it's drug overdose or?
We gotta return the pulse. She's at 95 for pulse right now. She's still unresponsive to us.
You don't think any of this is from when she fell?
No, not for that.
The medics weren't sure how long Nicole would make it if she didn't get to a hospital soon. However, the closest available hospital was about 35 miles away.
I say a helicopter for this.
Were we able to get a helicopter started over to UAT over?
I can try. Nobody's on my list today.
It's just a pretty critical patient.
Unfortunately, getting Nicole airlifted to the hospital would be impossible because all local helicopters were grounded due to severe winds of more than 50 miles per hour.
We have a post-arrest. Looks to me from blunt force trauma because she's covered
head to toe and bruises. She had some teeth knocked out. I was trying to get a helicopter out. Yes.
With a chopper out of the equation, EMS had no choice but to drive Nicole to Geauga Hospital. As they were preparing things, Sergeant Matt Johns finally arrived to the sight of Tom burritoed in a blanket in his front doorway.
All right, I want you to stand up. Hey, tell us what's going on here so we can figure this out. You're laying down. He's cuffed. This ain't happening. So we need to put him in a police car. Yes, that's here. Okay. Once we get in our car, then we can start to sort through this in a rational, logical way. So when you're laying in the doorway and there's kids crying, that's not helpful. Don't you agree, Tom? Then you can take your breath and it's warm.
Heat.
Yeah,
Heat.
it's warm. It's warm in there.
Heat high. High.
Okay. Sit tight in there.
Can I get my hands above my head, please?
Nope. Sit there. Okay, what's happening?
After the deputies gave Sergeant Johns a quick rundown of the situation, he went inside to ask the kids if they saw what happened to their mom.
Where did you see Mom at when she couldn't breathe? This is... Okay. Was it wet because he put some water on Mom to help her?
Just as Sergeant Johns was finishing his tour of the house, the EMTs were beginning their departure to Geauga Hospital.
Female's being transported to Geauga.
Okay.
She has, they think a broken jaw. Her teeth are all broken.
Okay.
Her eye is all cut up. This eye is all bruised, swollen shut.
Okay.
Her legs are covered in bruises. Her arms.
New stuff or old stuff?
The face is brand new.
Okay.
It was around this time that Tom's parents unexpectedly arrived at the scene.
You get your hair cut.
Yes, really short.
Juanita Grayley, who is Tom's sister and auntie to his children, showed up a few minutes later.
How bad is Nikki? Can you guys tell me that? No. Where did you guys take her?
Geauga.
I'm pretty familiar with a lot of things that go on here.
Is that right? Okay.
I come out here a lot. The kids will tell you that.
Yeah.
I've been to check on Nikki a few times.
Okay. Maybe, Deputy Gerke, you want to speak to her outside so that everybody in the whole world doesn't have to hear everything?
Yeah.
Just as they exited the house, the lead investigator, Lieutenant Sean Ward, arrived at the scene just in time to join in on the conversation.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, I've been out here to check on Nikki a couple times.
Okay.
I know that my brother has been physically abusive to her in the past. Last time I was out here was probably about 2 weeks ago, and Nikki was unrecognizable.
What do you mean unrecognizable?
Honestly, I've been in fear to contact you guys. She's asked me not to contact you guys. I just know that he doesn't like the cops and that he's kind of trained the kids the same way. I think Tom needs help. Tom is like a conspiracy theory. He's up in that. I love him, but he's my brother, and he's up.
Juanita didn't mince her words while detailing her brother's abusive nature. However, even though Juanita's statement is a valuable piece of the puzzle, the only ones who were actually present that night, other than Tom and Nicole, were the kids. So they asked the family if they could speak with the kids alone.
Until we figure out what's going on, I don't want anybody in this house.
Don't be afraid to talk to these guys, okay? They're here to help. They're here to help you. Okay?
And your mom.
And your mom. They need to know what happens and what goes on here, okay?
The kids seemed terrified, so Juanita was allowed to stay with them while they answered the deputies' questions.
I know that Daddy's told you guys not to talk to people, but sometimes you have to. Have they been fighting the past couple days like they do when Aunt Ada comes out to visit to check on you guys? Yes? They have been? Just whenever you guys can remember, we need to talk to you guys. We need to talk to them, okay? And this will help your mom and this will help your dad get the help that he needs, hopefully.
It seemed like it was going to take some time for the kids to open up, so Lieutenant Ward and Sergeant Johns checked in with Tom in the back of the cruiser, hoping that he was ready to spill the beans.
As you're in handcuffs, you're in back of the police car, I'm going to advise you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you for the law.
While Lieutenant Ward read Tom his rights, Sergeant Johns secretly placed his body cam on the passenger seat to record their conversation.
Tom, look at me. You guys ever get physical?
Can you do me a favor?
What's that?
One favor, and I'll talk to you for hours if you want.
What do you need?
Let me go in and sit with my kids and hold my kids, because I'm going to need to give you things anyway.
You're going to need to give me things?
I want to give you things. I have tons of things to give you.
Like what?
Boxes of stuff.
Boxes
Boxes.
Like what?
Tons of stuff. I don't know.
That doesn't help me. I'm interested in what happened tonight. Okay, Tom?
We were in the living room and started arguing again. Jesus. feel good.
Nicole didn't sustain those injuries from falling, and you know that.
I know.
I'm not saying you're a bad guy. I think things just got a little carried away tonight. Would you agree?
I'm not agreeing. You're trying to put me in a position I don't want to be in, and that's making me upset.
I don't want to. I wouldn't want to be in that position either. I get that. I understand.
Please just let me put my arms around my kids and give you whatever you need.
I'm not uncuffing you and having you put your arms around your children. It's not going to happen.
Since Tom was still being uncooperative, Lieutenant Ward asked Sergeant Johns to transport him to the county jail. During the 15-minute drive, Tom threw a temper tantrum in the backseat of the cruiser, alternating between fake crying and lashing out at the sergeant.
You won't listen to me. Nobody will.
I am listening. Listen, we have to ride to the county jail, and I will listen to you.
Yeah, but all the things that I'm telling you I need for my evidence, you're going to destroy because people are going to be in my house. You're not going to get it all. I've offered to give it to you, and I've tried to talk to you, and you guys just make a mockery of me. Is it not good enough that I'm trying to talk to you? Is it not good enough that I called for services? Is it not good enough that I tried to give you information?
It's honestly, Tom.
From nobody. I didn't do nothing. I didn't create no problems. The only thing I asked for was to give me a moment so I could calm down and counsel my kids and get some.
When someone needs help and you want to give us a box of papers, that's no good.
You know there's nothing in my house that's going to save her. There's nothing in my house that's going to save her.
What happened to her? You were there and we weren't. And if someone could tell me what happened in your house before I got there, and I could pass it on to the doctors, it might make the difference between her living and dying. So I don't want to talk about boxes of papers. So why don't we talk about what happened to her so we can help the doctors understand what's going on? So they can develop a plan to help treat her and try to get her to live.
I'm not a doctor. What do you want me to tell you that's going to save her life?
What caused her injuries?
To save her life?
What caused her injuries? You can tell me what caused her injuries is a great start.
Me and her.
What does that mean?
That means just what I said. It means me and her. I told the 911 dispatch. She said she wasn't feeling good, and she passed out. She quit breathing.
So how did her face get all like that?
Change the subject on me.
No, I'm saying you said...
Change the subject on me.
Okay.
At one point, Tom realized he needed a new strategy, so he began begging the sergeant to pull over and give him his undivided attention.
Please, pull over here.
I'm not going to pull over. I can hear you just fine. There's no reason I have to stop to be able to listen. I can listen and drive.
But you're gonna miss the most important things for me.
But yet you said nothing yet.
I tried to tell you, but you won't listen.
However, when Tom didn't get his way, he threw another temper tantrum.
My ears are wide open. You just ain't saying nothing.
You asked me what was in the boxes, and I told you lots of things, and then you turn around and mock me like, oh, well, that's how that's gonna save her. Yeah, right.
You don't care one bit about her. You could care less.
No, I don't care about a thing about you because you don't treat me like a human.
The doctors want to know about her injuries.
I tried to tell you what caused her.
I don't listen good. Tell me again. My ears are open.
No.
The mother of your children is in the hospital fighting for her life. She needs somebody.
I'm not a doctor.
Okay, and you won't even help. You won't even say what.
A cop.
You won't even say what happened.
Saying what happened ain't gonna change nothing. And it ain't gonna save her life. What more do you want from me? I'm not a doctor. I'm a criminal.
That was easy.
That's how you treat me anyway. I'm done talking to you because you don't do nothing but treat me like a fool.
Well,
what?
You'll have to think about that.
Well, what? I'll have to think about it.
You
guys have the burden of proof.
Thankfully, everything was caught on body cam, so there was plenty of proof that Tom was being difficult instead of trying to help his dying wife. The argument continued for 10 more minutes until they finally arrived at the police station.
You'll have a chance to talk to the detectives, Tom.
Good evening. Thomas Grayley is going to be placed in a holding cell by himself until he's interviewed by detectives.
Okay.
While Tom was being booked into the jail, the kids were finally starting to open up back at the crime scene.
You said your mommy had the wrap on her. I saw that. I also saw, like, the black and blue marks. What happened?
Did he hit her with something, or did he hit her? What did he hit her with?
Part of the BB gun.
Part of a BB gun?
Part of a BB gun? Where is that BB gun?
Do you know where that
I
is?
think it's either in the...
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. When was that today?
I think it was last night.
Last night?
The kids said that Tom's abuse was nothing new, and Nicole was constantly injured. Because of this, her health had been slowly declining, to the point that she could no longer walk on her own.
I know last time I was out here, I gave her a hug. I was getting ready to leave, and she whispered in my ear, "Please don't leave. He's going to kill me."
After bringing Lieutenant Ward up to speed on everything the kids had told them, they were free to leave with their Aunt Juanita.
Thank you.
The investigators now believed they had enough evidence to prove Tom attacked Nicole, so they charged him with second-degree felony assault. At this point, Nicole's fate was still uncertain. She successfully made it to the Geauga Hospital intensive care unit, but remained completely unresponsive. Along with the visible injuries noted at the crime scene, Nicole also had several fractures to her ribs, face, and skull, as well as a lacerated spleen and liver. Her condition was only getting worse, so once the weather cleared up, she was transferred to a hospital in Cleveland for better treatment. Before confronting Tom again, Lieutenant Ward interviewed his inner circle, hoping to gather more evidence for an attempted murder charge. Tom's parents confirmed that Tom and Nicole's relationship wasn't very healthy, but they never saw this coming.
I mean, I've never seen him hit her. We both know that he has smacked her. He's told never again. Don't let us see it. Don't let us hear about it. But anything like this, God, we had no clue.
He's a control freak. He has to be in control of everybody's life.
It seemed that everybody in Tom's life knew just how toxic he was. Even his closest friend Paul wasn't willing to vouch for him.
You had indicated that you've been friends with Thomas Grayley since elementary school.
Junior high, sixth, seventh grade.
I mean, it sounds like you were probably closer
than anybody else. Than anybody else. I mean, in all reality, which is, I guess, why I feel so guilty. He called me on the 25th in the morning, and I went out there, and he was beat up.
And you said that was the 25th of October.
Yeah. It looked like she'd been punched in the is what it looked like, because right here was all black and blue, and then I was like, what the f*** is going on?
Right.
And then we went outside because I wasn't going to stand there and talk in front of the kids. He told me he punched her. He told me he punched her. He told me he did that.
The more people the lieutenant spoke to, the more clear it became that Tom's pattern of abuse had gone on for several years and had escalated exponentially over the past few months, ultimately leading to Nicole's demise. The question was, would Tom ever admit this? The answer quickly became clear as Tom fell into the same narrative that he was pushing the day before.
I tried to be as honest with you as I could yesterday, and you just pretty much took me for a joke.
No, I didn't take you for a joke.
You took me for a joke. I asked you to take me in the house, and I would give you everything I could to help you out.
In exchange for hugging your kids. You either want to discuss how Nicole sustained her injuries and how she has bruising all over her body that's in various stages of healing. How she ended up with a lacerated spleen.
So I don't want to argue with you. I don't want it to be a hard time.
Okay. My question to you directly is, how did Nicole sustain the injuries this year?
And I'm not talking to you about the question.
Okay.
Well, here's my problem.
This interview's done. Okay.
Detective, can you listen to me?
No, I'm not going to. You're talking circles. I've got a search warrant to collect your DNA. That's your copy.
Everything that I say or do will be used against me in a court of law. And it doesn't matter what I say or do. My words are twisted around and
I don't need to say anything. Nicole's injuries speak volumes. Okay.
Sir, I tried to help you. I told my children
you
not
to try nothing.
I didn't try nothing. That's why I tried to give you boxes of paperwork, right?
I'm tired of hearing about paperwork. Unless the boxes of paperwork has to do with the confession, I'm not overly concerned about the box of paperwork.
Can I get some water, please?
Want a pop? What's that? In a cup? Can't drink it out of the bottle? I'm not gonna. You can have this pop. I'm not gonna run out and get you a cup.
While Tom sobbed over not getting a cup for his drink, the detective outlined Nicole's extensive list of injuries once again.
Unless they're falling from a 10-story building, somebody's not going to get a lacerated spleen or liver and fractures and broken ribs. If I stand up and fall down right now, I'm not going to sustain those types of injuries. You provided no assistance whatsoever in trying to clarify what happened with Nicole. You say you love her, but your actions say something different.
Can we keep our words simple, please?
What was difficult to understand?
A lot of things are difficult to understand.
All right, I'm not going to keep going. You're bouncing around.
I'm not bouncing around. I'm confused. Can you get your piece of paper and write something for me?
Nope.
Here, let me get your piece of paper and write something, please.
Nope.
I want you to think about it, please.
What do you want me to write?
I don't know. I was going to have to take a second to think about it.
Okay.
Seeing the walls closing in on him, Tom revealed that he was actually the victim here, and Nicole was the abuser all along.
Nicole has lied to me and manipulated me and made me forget portions of my life. I was going to try to help you.
You're saying that she manipulated you and lied to you. Is that when you kick her ass?
Or did she kick her own ass?
I think
Or did she kick her own ass? Because I will be asking.
You can say whatever you want to say. Her injuries tell a different story. Her injuries speak volumes.
What do you? But I don't understand what you meant by that.
Well, you don't seem to understand much of anything. You're not going to control this. You're not going to control this interview like you controlled Nicole.
Sir, I have been as honest
done
with you as I can. Yes, I have. I told you I can't even understand 10 years of my life. How do I make you understand it in 5 minutes?
I'm done talking to you. I'm done.
Tragically, Tom never received a cup for his soda. The interview was concluded, and he was promptly brought back to his jail cell. A few days later, Nicole finally succumbed to her injuries. Her manner of death was blunt force trauma to the head. Nicole's death resulted in Tom's felony assault charges being upgraded to aggravated murder. Tom pled not guilty and was denied bond. While sitting in the Ashtabula County Jail awaiting his trial, he made a phone call to update his mom.
Hello, this is a free call from
Thomas Greeley.
What he didn't realize was that the investigators were listening in.
How are you?
They offered me 30 to life.
Oh, did they?
So after 30 years,
So you're going to trial then, right?
that's why some of the investigators started to investigate.
All I'm going to say is you don't want them digging through your stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's some things in there nobody should see.
Like what?
Stuff that you wrote, just not good stuff.
Everybody clearly knows that if I put my hands on Nikki, but nothing says that I beat the out of her.
You're not stupid.
Okay, well, they're going there. Like it or not, they're going there. So I guess you need to clean. They only have a certain amount of time to prosecute you, bring you to trial, but they're going there. So whatever you're so worried about everybody seeing, get it on.
Yeah, well, there's a burn pile there. We'll have a big fire.
After hearing these statements about destroying evidence, the sheriff's office obtained a search warrant for Tom's home. None of the paperwork they found was bombshell evidence, but they did find Tom's phone, which blew the case wide open. On the phone, they discovered multiple videos that Tom recorded over the past 2 months where his horrifying abuse was on full display.
To everyone. You see, I touched Nicole a little bit with some cigarettes because I was trying to get Nicole to answer some basic questions about what's going on here, and she wouldn't say nothing to me. And I try to talk to her, and I try to love her, and I try to explain it. I just want to be 100% transparent because I think she's trying to set me the up. That even though she looks like she does, I'm trying to explain to her that there's a judgment coming. And if she thinks this is bad, wait until she gets to judgment, because I want to make it very clear. This is my boat, and I run this. And I just want to make it clear that I don't beat on Nicole. I don't beat on Nicole at all. I teach Nicole hard lessons out of love.
These videos, which Tom recorded himself, essentially guaranteed a conviction. Once he was evaluated by a psychiatrist and deemed competent to stand trial, he finally waved the white flag. He pled guilty to aggravated murder, and in October of 2022, he was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. He currently resides at Ohio's Richland Correctional Institution, a prison that's shape, act. On November 14th, 2023, the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office received a call saying that a 16-year-old named Colin Griffith was just overheard threatening to kill his mother. In a panic, the officers raced to Colin's doorstep to confirm that his mother, 39-year-old Kathy Griffith, was unharmed.
Hello.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, you guys can come on in. He's not a happy camper right now. Get into the door right now.
The deputies entered the house, and to their surprise, they saw Colin being forced to do standing marches while holding weights above his head.
What's up, man? What are you doing?
He's doing standing marches as a form of discipline ever since he got home. He beat the shit out of me last night, so...
After separating the two and placing Colin into the back of a police cruiser, a furious Kathy, who had just found out about the death threat, rushed outside to confront Colin.
Did you tell them at the jail that you were going to kill me? Did you say you were going to hurt me?
Little did she know, just 1 year after this encounter, Colin would be on the phone with 911 as he watched her bleed out on the kitchen floor.
911, what's the address of the emergency? Hampton in Florida. I don't know the address. I don't know the street address. My mom is having EMS now. She's bleeding out. Please help. Your mom is doing what? My mom's bleeding out. She's bleeding out. Where is she bleeding from, sir? She's bleeding from the neck, man. She got real tight and she was busy the night and she fell on it. Okay, listen carefully, and I'll tell you how to do chest compressions. Make sure she is flat on her back on the ground. Count out loud so I can count with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One moment.
Colin was clearly panicking while trying to save his mother's life. With each chest compression, he witnessed her losing more and more blood. Around 6 minutes into the call, Colin had a terrifying realization.
She stopped bleeding. No more blood coming out. Stop it. Okay, listen to me. Listen to me, please. Stop, okay? Listen to me. I'm going to tell you how to control the bleeding. There's no more blood coming out of the wound. He's lost it all. Okay, we're going to continue with CPR. Listen to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The dispatcher continued counting until first responders arrived at the scene at 6:25 p.m. Deputies made their way to the kitchen and saw Colin performing CPR on his lifeless mother. Just down the hall, they noticed a large kitchen knife covered in blood lying on the ground. After determining that Kathy's injuries were fatal, she was pronounced dead at 6:27 p.m. They detained Colin and escorted him to the back of a police cruiser, wondering what could have led up to this tragic incident. In order to fully understand the circumstances that led to Kathy's death, we must take a thorough look at Colin and Kathy's colorful past. The drama began in September of 2023, when the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office received a call from Colin's high school. Apparently, he told his teacher that his mom had pulled a gun on him and threatened to kill him earlier that morning. When the deputies went to Kathy's house to speak with her, she said that Colin's claims were ridiculous. She said that he was just making up stories because he was angry that she punished him for failing a test at school. After speaking with Kathy, they went to the high school to speak with Colin directly. He stuck to his story, insisting that she had threatened him with a gun. In the end, the cops believed Kathy, and they decided that no action would be taken against her. Upon hearing this, Colin said that if she were to do something again, he would be forced to defend himself. The authorities interpreted this comment as a potential threat to Kathy, so they initiated Florida's Baker Act to place Colin on involuntary psychiatric hold at the Charlotte Behavioral Center. 3 days later, on September 19th, when Colin was released from the Behavioral Center, he began repeating the statements that put him there in the first place, and took it even further by directly threatening his mom and grandma Susan.
He specifically said that he had, or something along the lines of that he had done it before and that he would do it again, and said that he would either push them out of a car, stab them, or shoot them.
The deputies had no choice but to initiate the Baker Act for a second time, and Colin was readmitted to the Behavioral Center for 3 more days. Colin was released on September 22nd, and in an attempt to prevent further conflict, Detective Lacey and Corporal Chris Rentis of the Juvenile Intervention Unit were assigned to assist Kathy and Colin as they navigated their relationship. So, over the next couple of months, Colin and Kathy were in direct communication with the detectives, sometimes daily, but despite their efforts, things were only getting worse. Then, on November 13th, 2023, things got out of control again. At exactly 8:43 p.m., Kathy called the sheriff's office saying that Colin had attacked her. But at the same time, Colin called Corporal Rentis and told him the opposite, that Kathy had attacked him. Several deputies were dispatched to the house to figure out exactly what had happened. As they approached the residence, they saw Colin on the side of the road, so they pulled over and spoke with him first.
I can't see without my glasses. I don't know where they went. We sat down and we ate, and she started talking to me about how a bunch of really bad shit. And then when I got up and was like, you can't just do that, and she was telling me to shut up, she hit me in the face, and then she grabbed onto me. I hit her in the stomach, and then I'm a wrestler. It was just reactive. Grabbed her. She got to the ground. I grabbed the phone. I started recording, and then I left.
But we've been through this. You called Rentis because you know you kind of messed up, right?
No, it's because I didn't know who else to call, and I knew that, and I wanted to make sure he knew first off. Okay.
Although Colin claimed that his mom had punched him, there were no visible marks and no redness or swelling on his face. They patted him down, put him in handcuffs, and placed him in the back of a police cruiser. They then went back to the house to get Kathy's side of the story.
Catherine A. Griffith, right? So I heard EMS is coming